Does a whole lot more than just fix bloating because of the polyphenols that you find in Atrantil.
What are some of the things that these polyphenols do, Eric?
These polyphenols can help you have more energy, and polyphenols are great for athletes.
It sounds like it's going to help a whole lot more people than just bloating. Go to lovemytummy.com/Spoonie.
There's a new food show sheriff in town, Podna. Trey's Chowdown Podcast Live will feature celebrity chefs and pitmasters with celebrity mixologists with creative cocktail menus from distilleries statewide. We'll have farmers, ranchers, wildlife experts, fishermen, and more, all for the culinary world and the foodies. Live from the Spoonie Studios on the iHeartRadio platform, Trey's Chowdown Podcast Live.
And here we are, back for another episode of Trey's Chowdown Live. Sitting here laughing with Brandon Hurtado. So we're having a great show today here. It's not hard to do. It's Hurtado.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yes.
That's what I looked at my girlfriend one day and I said, "Man, what do you think is hurt?" She said, "I know that don't sound right, Trey." And then we asked you and you told me.
You're either a Hurtado or a Hurtado don't.
That's right. So we got a great show today. We got Brandon with Hurtado Barbecue here, but first of all, we're going to get into our hot topics first from around the world. And this is kind of a really neat deal. The Cheesecake Factory had an acquisition, spent $355 million. Deal was done on last Wednesday to buy an Italian concept that's kind of floundering a little bit, and so they're gonna add that to their portfolio. They're such a big company. It's northern Italia, and it's basically a Western based concept, and they're going to merge, but they said they're not going to be cheesecakeized. Sure, they won't. Cheesecake's very successful, man. Very successful. Their average unit does 13 million a year.
Wow.
15, something like this. Crazy. All right. So, also, I saw this the other day. I thought this was really neat. If they can make this come true, MIT. I watched this episode on this. MIT has got a new program they call the Farm in a Box. And they've got a huge, it's not in a box, it's like in a warehouse, but they call it Farm in a Box. And they are growing all kinds of vegetables. They show all the vegetables. And they're growing it with air and just a little bit of moisture. No dirt, no soil of any kind. And they grow it in these things. It takes less water. It takes zero real estate except for what's inside the building. It grows 4 to 5 times faster. And it's more efficient. It's very easy to harvest. They just go by and just, it's amazing. If they can make it work.
I'm gonna start cooking briskets without smoking fire. So.
Well, you never gonna we don't ever want to put the farmers and ranchers what makes this country. But we're using so much now sometimes you can't get enough. Yeah. So it's great. It's great to be able they can come up with that concept, and it's a young kid at MIT that came up with the idea. It's a neat deal. They showed him. It was I couldn't believe it. It was phenomenal.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and. James Beard Foundation has a new program called Taste of America, and it's sponsored by Capital One. And I really like this. It's a culinary. They're doing different culinary destinations. They're doing Boston, Chicago, Dallas, Houston, Miami, and some other ones. You can look them up at jamesbeard.org. But you can just pay a small fee and go to and taste these chefs' different bites. It's pretty neat. Yeah, and the Capital One's taking on some of the expense, so it's cool too. That starts in a few months. El Rincon Mexican Kitchen in Tequila Bar opened up their new place in Frisco, and they have a third one on the way for Addison. They have got. That's what I was thinking about making those hand tortillas. They've got a fantastic product. All their stuff is just really delicious. It's absolutely magnificent. And the thing I love, you ever heard of a place called the Crack Shack?
No.
They got 6 units now. They just opened up their big store in Las Vegas, or 7th store in Las Vegas, and it's a premium store that uses ingredients, whole organic produce and eggs. But their main thing is their crack spice. It's a signature. They call it crack spice, but they cook chicken. Huh. And it's a phenomenal product. It's a really neat deal.
Does good.
And last but not least, and he deserves it, but we all make mistakes. Papa John's is still struggling big time, man. They're down another 6% this last quarter. About 5. It's like 5.7. They're trying to. They got Shaq O'Neal helping them. He became a huge part of the company.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's just not. They're still floundering quite a bit.
Wow.
So. All right, so we're going to get right down to it with Brandon Hurtado. Hurtado Barbecue.
Hurtado.
Yeah. Thanks for coming in, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, so where are you from, Brandon?
I'm from Irving, Texas.
So you're a Texas boy.
Yeah,
You're
born and
Irving.
raised.
Yeah. There's not a lot of barbecue in Irving, is there?
No, not really.
It's not. No,
Yeah.
it's Dallas, but in Fort Worth really now. I saw an article yesterday for Dallas. Matter of fact, I'm not toting my own self, but when that article came out about the best top 25 spots in North Texas, now everybody's writing barbecue articles. Every newspaper in town's writing a barbecue
Pretty
article.
much.
Bam, 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 bam.
Dallas Morning News got a new list coming out.
Yeah. And you know what they said? We're not only Dallas, we're Fort Worth too. Oh, only because of the barbecue deal.
Yeah.
And I want everybody to enjoy it, and I want everybody to use it. But it's just kind of funny how I just started watching all that stuff pop up. But that's how popular barbecue is.
Yeah.
And I think Fort Worth's got some of the best right now.
I would agree.
You know, they got Cadillac in Dallas, which one of my top favorites. Cadillac, Pecan Lodge.
Slow bone.
I love slow bone.
Yeah, that fried chicken.
When I first got divorced, I lived in a townhome in downtown Fort Worth on Main Street.
Yeah.
And the guy that owned Slow Bone lived with me.
Really?
And but every time I got in the elevator with him, dude, he smelled like barbecue. I can say, damn, you smell good, bro.
Yep.
You ought to bottle that
Just
scent
follow
up.
him.
Yeah,
You know where
you
you're
ought to
going.
bottle that scent up and smell it. Well, he lived there and had his place in Dallas. It was kind of, we drove every day over there back and forth. And he worked, you know how it is in the restaurant business, man.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah.
So how old were you when you realized that you're from Irving and you went to college? You did, right?
Yeah, in Arlington.
In Arlington.
Yep.
And then you owned you started a marketing firm, correct?
Correct.
Did you do that right out of college? Or did you work for somebody?
No, I've worked every job you can think of. I mean, from valeting cars to doing everything. You know, I finally got into the marketing field after I graduated college and just worked my way up from intern to, working as a VP at another agency. And that's kind of where I learned the ropes. And then I started my own agency in 2015 and never looked back.
Yeah. And that's where you've learned to capitalize on social media. We've talked about quite a bit. Yeah,
absolutely. That's been a huge part of our growth at the barbecue joint. So
yeah. Your videos and stuff always get a lot of hits, and your pictures get a lot of hits. Do some good pictures.
Thank you. Yeah.
That's it. Some of these people put these food pictures up, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing, man?
Yeah.
Take that damn picture down.
Yeah.
If you can't do it, hire somebody to take a picture for you, because pictures is 1,000 words, right?
And you don't know what you don't know, right?
No.
So you might be able to cook well, but not every pit master is a business owner.
No.
And not every pit master is a marketer or whatever. So I just hire someone to do all that stuff.
Yeah, this is like not every chef is a business manager. A really, really good chef that's good at what he does is going to hire a business manager, somebody to help him out, because you just can't. It's hard, even though he might know the whole spectrum. It's hard to focus on all that.
Yeah,
and it's say sometimes you can't. A person can't serve to have two bosses.
Yeah.
And basically, if you own a barbecue or a big barbecue or a big restaurant, you've got the kitchen, you got the back of the house, you got the front of the house.
Yeah.
And if you're in the back of the house trying to run the front of the house, it doesn't always work so well.
No. I had a boss a long time ago, and he gave me a great piece of advice. Although we didn't get along real well, he was very wise, and he told me you have to function in your highest and best use, and that means you have to. If you're the CEO of the company, you got to lead the company. You can't get down into the granular part of, everything that goes on in the business. And that's one thing that I've had to learn is that, I can't be everything to everyone. I have to do what I'm really good at and then assemble a team to do those other parts. So speaking of team, Manny Zarate is there cooking right now. So I want to shout him out, man. He's holding down the fort.
Is he the one you do the videos with?
Yeah.
He's a funny dude,
he's hilarious.
man.
Yeah.
He's funny.
He's the cholo, the cooking cholo.
Yeah, that's funny, man.
Thank you, Manny. Thanks
wait, what was the video I saw? I'm going out, I'm ADD, I bop all around.
Yeah.
What is that, the cholo cooking video I saw?
So that was our play on the Franklin Barbecue Masterclass.
Oh, yeah.
So you see Aaron Franklin, he's chopping wood, blowing on the fire and all that.
Yeah.
So we did our own thing with Manny doing it. Man, it was hilarious. That got like 11,000 views in one day. I mean, it was crazy.
Yeah, that was very funny.
Yeah, he's a funny guy.
You can't knock O Franklin, though.
No.
But you can sure play on him.
Yeah. No, man, that guy's got some good food.
He does, doesn't he? He captured it, man. He harnessed that and pulled it down, man.
We wouldn't be able to do what we do without him, because he is a pioneer and a trailblazer in this industry. And barbecue's been around for a long time, but he kind of ignited the craft barbecue scene and allowed everyone to go out and do what they're doing right now. So
before I forget, I know I'll do it again towards the end of the show. But if anybody wants to go see those videos, where do they go to see those videos on your Facebook?
They can go to our Facebook or Instagram for Hurtado Barbecue.
Yeah, Hurtado Barbecue, not Hurtado. Hurtado.
Yep.
Okay, so you did the marketing, and obviously because you did marketing, it bode well with what you want to do with your barbecue.
Right.
How long did it take you did you fall in love with marketing, or just something you just fell into?
It's something that I kind of fell into. So I started out as a writer, and I feel like that's something that every marketer, every communications person has at their core, is that you have to be a good writer, a good communicator.
Sure.
So I started out, I was at a printing company working in customer service years ago, just answering phone calls in a call center. And my boss asked if I would write a blog because she saw that I could write well. And so I wrote a blog for them. And at that point, I wasn't even sure whether I was going to finish college or not. And so then I was like, oh, I want to be a journalist. So I went back to school and, started going to community college and taking journalism classes. And then I went back to UT Arlington and changed my degree to public relations because they're like, if you're going to be a journalist, you're going to be homeless. So
yeah,
you're going to be broke. So
I guess it used to be they're real popular. Now they're rare, and you can be a journalist, but you got to be one of the top echelon.
Yeah,
but your journalist has got to be social media and website bound too. It's not just writing.
Journalism is really transformed. So now you have to be able to do video, and you have to be able to produce and do everything. So take good photos. You're not just a journalist. You really are a marketer yourself. So that's kind of what I transitioned into, was PR, and then I got into marketing and advertising, and man, I love what I do.
Yeah.
I love it like I love to cook. So it really is.
You married the two pretty well.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you made a good point, because when I left Fort Worth Magazine after writing for them for food and doing my blogs, I had a big change to make, and after I started the website, I have an editor. I mean, I write my story and that's it. I give it to her. Yeah. And then she does the stuff. We post it. And then the one thing about me is that I'm super, super, super picky. So I have to I do all the photos. Yeah. I mean, I see every single photo. That's a photo. Is it the best way to say it? The photo is the only impression somebody might see. Yeah. And that's what grabs them. And if they don't like that photo, they're not going to look. They're not going to look. I mean, people are, society today, their train of thought has just, it's, I don't know, seconds.
Absolutely.
Seconds. Yeah. So it's, the picture is really super important.
Sure.
So you had to be able, I couldn't do it all, man. I couldn't write and edit. First of all, my grammar English spelling is terrible. Yeah. I can't even find a program to figure out what I'm saying half the time. My program just gives up on me. Yeah. Stop, bro. Get somebody to help you.
Predicted text is not our friend all the time. That's for sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. I have to turn mine off. Yeah. Because I send stuff that's not right. Okay. So when did you have your first? When did you decide you wanted to start? So you did the marketing. You still have your firm. Yeah. When did you decide you want to start cooking barbecue? Because it's a really interesting concept, kind of what you did.
Yeah. So I started really just with a smoker in my backyard.
Small smoker?
Small little offset smoker. It was my dad's. Okay. And he's the one that kind of showed me how to, smoke meat and stuff like that growing up. He worked for the city of Irving for 30 plus years, and he would always cook for their company parties. So I'd be, in the backyard with him cooking and stuff like that.
That's cool.
And, last year I joined this group on Facebook called North Texas Barbecue Addicts.
Yeah, I'm on there.
And so I saw a lot more people. I was like, man, this is a really big deal. Like, I love to cook. I cook all the time, but I wasn't like that engaged and involved in barbecue as I am now. So that, I started cooking more stuff, putting pictures on there, and then I got a trailer smoker and upgraded, and I was like, okay, this is huge. This is the biggest smoker I've ever seen. And
what made you go from the little offset smoker to the big trailer? That's the big trailer smoker I saw at Hot Fusion?
No.
No, that's a different one. Okay,
that was one trailer smoker.
Okay. So you went from the little offset to a bigger trailer model. Yep. What made you make that leap? Were you going to do it commercially or just for yourself?
It was my birthday, and so I felt like I deserved it, and I was like, man, I'm going to give myself a birthday present. Yep, and I'm going to start cooking all this meat, and just have this big smoker. So it was kind of I found that on Facebook Marketplace. My parents, they live out in Brownwood now, and they have a ranch out there, and this guy had a smoker for sale, and I was like, well, damn, I'm going to...
It's your birthday.
Yeah, it's my... I'm going to go spoil it myself.
I want a Range Rover for my birthday, a new Range Rover. My girlfriend said no.
Yeah, yeah.
She said, don't you dare.
Wait till Christmas and ask her again.
Hey, well, that's a great story. Go ahead.
So, I bought that smoker, and, knowing what I know now about barbecue, I probably would have never bought it, because it had, a smokestack that I had to go in and have refabricated and whatnot. But
was it rusted out?
It wasn't rusted out. It had two stacks coming out, and the temperature, the draw wasn't real good on it, so the temperature wasn't super even. So a buddy of mine at Unique Stainless Designs in Irving he went and fabricated the whole stack and redid everything on there, and it worked really well after that. But
so when you explain to people that understand, when you're talking about barbecue, talking about the draw, what happened was you had 2 stacks and you had one pulling up more heat than the other one, so it was cooking the meat unevenly.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah,
absolutely. So it was hard to hold temperature real well in it. And I ended up selling that smoker, and I bought a 750-gallon trailer smoker, which, I was like, again, this is the biggest smoker I've ever seen. This is huge. How can you cook all this food on it? And, I had AJ from AJ's Custom Cookers do some work on that one. And Zavala's Barbecue in Grand Prairie, we got their old trailer that they had, and we put it on there. Guys. Man, they're awesome. Yeah, they're good buddies of ours. So we had that mounted on there, and, it served us real well. And now we're upgrading to 2 new smokers, 2,000-gallon smokers from
at your new restaurant,
AV Mays up in Lubbock. Yeah, at the restaurant. And those, I'm sure as they get here, I'm going to be like, this is the biggest smoker I've ever seen. It's going to be huge.
Are they making them there and then haul them down? And they're going to set. You're going to set them or going to be on a trailer?
No, they're going to be on skids, so they'll be in an actual smokehouse. And
so they're not really not movable. I didn't know if you can put them on a trailer where you can move them or whatever. Mm-hmm. Okay.
We're going to keep the one we have for festivals and stuff like that. We're doing Smoke Dallas this year, so we'll have that one for that.
I'll be there. But I'm always at Smoke Dallas.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. It'll be a good time.
No, it's a good festival. But you got to get there early. If you're listening to me, you're going to go do Smoke Dallas, you better get there early because, man, if you don't, woo, and you better hope it's not hot. I've gone, the first year I went, it was blistering hot. The second year was cool. Third year was cool. Then the fourth year was blistering hot. So you just, it depends on the shade stuff.
Probably going to be hot this year.
Probably going to be hot. So about the temperatures that we got now.
Yep.
So you got that second smoker. And so did you, how much did you cook on that before you decided to sell it?
The one that I have now?
No, the one where you had the guy do the fabrication.
Man. So we did a few pop-ups and we were
you were doing commercial at that time then?
Yeah.
So you were taking that smoker that you had the rework redone on, you were doing pop-ups, okay.
Yeah, so we were doing a few different pop-ups at breweries around DFW, and I was just like, man, I'm not able to make enough food on it, and it was great for what we had at the time, but I needed something more. So.
See something more. So for people listening, explain to them what a pop-up is. Some people might not know what a pop-up is. Maybe they do all do, but I like educating people. So
pop-up barbecue is basically where you have like a brewery or a distillery somewhere that they don't serve food, and the concept works really well because it benefits everybody.
Sure, but everybody makes money.
Everybody makes money.
Everybody gets served,
and their customers are able to drink longer and have a better time because they're eating food. Right. They're having a good time.
Not sitting there getting hammered.
They're not sitting there getting hammered. They're able to eat food, and stay there longer, and it's a good way to get your name out there. So we've done. I think I counted like 35. Pop-up, something like that. In the last year.
Somebody calls you. It's basically kind of a business partnership. They call you. Y'all create the event and whatever it's called. Like what was the one of Hot Fusion called?
Barbecue and Brews.
Barbecue and Brews. Let's say Barbecue and Brews, and then you have the event and you charge for the barbecue. They charge for their beer.
Yeah.
You charge for the barbecue.
Yeah.
The customers get the best of both worlds. They get awesome craft barbecue, and in most cases, craft beer or craft whiskey or craft spirits, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I like whiskey and vodka over and over again. So, and then everybody works out, and you sell out. Generally, how long does it take you to sell out those things?
Man, a couple hours.
Yeah, it doesn't take long, does it?
No. You get a good crowd coming. I mean, at Hot Fusion in Fort Worth, we'd have a line out the door, and we're
I need to get there early. I was there early. I was one of the first ones, and they just started stacking up behind me, man. They were like going. It was going nuts over there.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean,
what number was that on the pop-ups that you did?
Ooh, that was probably number 4.
Okay, yeah. So you were fairly. What was your first pop-up you ever did?
It was at Division Brewing in Arlington. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I went over there one day.
You came out there again. Yeah. So we did just tacos for that one. We just cooked brisket and all that, and made tacos, and we sold out. And I was like, man, this is crazy. And it's crazy to see like how our food is transformed and evolved over the last year from that first pop-up we did to where we're at now. And that it excites me for where we'll be a year from now or even 6 months from now.
In this business, you have to transform. You have to evolve every day. I don't care if you're doing barbecue, hamburgers, burritos, high dollar steaks, French meals. If you don't evolve every day in the restaurant business, guess what happens after a couple of years? You wind up not being in business. You have to evolve everything from your menu. You have to make changes. You have to, keep your staff refreshed. I mean, it's a constant battle.
And the biggest thing is you have to not be adverse to change. You have to listen to your customers and your employees and take that feedback and utilize it, because that's the best thing that you can get.
Open-minded.
Open-minded. Yeah.
Like my granddad used to say, back he used to tell her baby, he used to say, business is going to have changes. What you need to do is hire the best people to do the job and let them do it.
Yep.
Because if you try to micromanage them and you try to do a little bit of everything yourself, you're not going to be able to do your job as a boss.
Right.
And we talked about that earlier too.
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
Yeah. So that was your first pop-up, the Division. I like Division Brewery. Yeah. That's a neat little brewery. They got a neat little thing going on. That's kind of a clique over there, isn't it?
Yeah, they're good guys.
Yeah, they're good guys. I don't know if I told you, I may have told you that day, but I was one of the original test gurus for them.
Really?
Went to their house. They said they're going to open a brewery.
Yeah.
We went to their house. They've been brewing beer at their house.
Mm-hmm.
He had a really cool house, I remember. It was a neat, kind of an old 1960s retro. It was a cool house.
Yeah.
I mean, we tried a bunch of the beer there, and they wanted us to, list a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Mark them how we liked them.
Yeah.
And it was cool.
That's awesome.
And I forgot about it. Because, I go to so many damn things, I forget about it.
Yeah.
And he came out and introduced himself. And I said, hey, man. He said, what do you think? I said, oh, man, I couldn't believe they had done it. It was fantastic.
Yeah. They have their menu's constantly changing. We talk about change.
Yeah.
Every week, it's always changing. They have new beer and stuff
New
like that
flavors.
they're working on. Yeah, they were doing like a cucumber-infused beer the other day.
Was it good? Cucumbers fresh?
Yeah.
That should be good.
It was great. For the summertime, it's 105 degrees outside. You can taste something that's refreshing.
Yeah.
It's called Veggie Tales, I think, and it was good.
Veggie Tales. That's a great name.
Yeah, they're always coming up with stuff
what
like
else is oh shit! I can't do the table. He gets mad at me. He gets mad. He gets mad at me when I hit the table. Okay, ricochets. Mojitos. They're the same way. Very. I can't have a whole lot of them because I'm a big whiskey and vodka drinker, but they're good. One or two's good.
Yeah.
When it's hot.
Sure.
Yeah,
they're real sugary, but
I'm not a big sugar guy. Yeah. I used to eat my dad in 1970. We spent the year and we spent that whole summer in Europe. And my dad drove us all over Europe. He bought a car in Germany and drove us around. And then we went to the Hurtado Gummy Bear Factory and took a whole tour of that because we were in the restaurant business at that time. And Dad knew everybody. This guy got us a tour at the Hurtado Gummy Bear Factory, and we toured the whole Hurtado Gummy Bear Factory. And at the end of the tour, we each got a big box of gummy bears for Hobos, and there was 40 something, I think 40, if I remember right, between 40 and 45 bags of gummy bears. And I got one, my brother got one, my dad got one. Mm-hmm. And that was I fell in love with gummy bears. And so ever since then, sometimes I would eat a package, still to this day, I would eat a package of gummy bears a day.
Good Lord.
And it was starting to show, so I didn't want to look like a gummy bear, so I had to back off a little bit.
Yeah, exactly, man.
I don't want anybody to call me old gummy bear Trey.
Yeah, Gummy Bear Chapman.
I tell you, man. I tell you.
Yeah.
All right, so you did that. So you got your pop-up. And you got that second smoker. I like to go in evolutionary and chronological time. So when you got rid of the smoker, that was that the smoker I saw at Hop Fusion, the third smoker.
So
on the big trailer.
Yeah, that's the one we have now.
Okay.
Yeah, and so it's got lights hanging from it, so we can have some light while we're out there at night. And
you got to haul that, but do you haul it over there before? Because you can only haul one thing at a time, right?
Yeah. So we would just take that smoker, wherever we were doing a pop up at.
So you got the big smoker you hauled, and you haul the big trailer.
No, so the trailer hasn't really moved at all. That we just got in March of this year.
Okay.
So when we're doing pop ups and all that, we didn't have that trailer. We were just taking our smoker with us.
Oh, okay. So your trailer is at the new place in Arlington right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it was at Division One day. I saw Division. Oh, it stayed there for a month.
It stayed there since March.
We just moved
when you
last
got
week.
it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We got it just to be at Division, essentially, and be able to serve food out of it. And so they had to get a special permit from the city of Arlington to allow us to be there full time.
So when you left there, did you just leave the trailer? Have you been back since working, or were you there every weekend? So
I would just leave the trailer, yeah.
Okay.
And we'd just come on the weekends and, we'd serve food out of it.
And the smoker was behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but you've moved all it now to your new place.
Yep.
So, and you just moved that, and your new building. We're going to talk about that here in a minute. We've got to go to advertising because, as like most businesses, we have to pay bills.
Yep.
Like I say, we're capitalists, but we got to pay bills. So, we're going to go to a commercial break here, and when we're in commercial breaks, y'all ought to dial up Hurtado Barbecue on Facebook and watch the Cholo videos. I mean, they are funny, man. Watch them during our little 3.5 minute hiatus here.
There you go.
We're gonna get a shot of whiskey. I would say eat some barbecue, but you didn't bring any barbecue today.
No, I didn't bring any today. It was raw. So
well, yeah, that's right. You should stay up all night cooking. We're going to talk about that when we get back. As you listen to these advertisements, think about maybe some of them you want to buy something out of. Give them some business. See y'all in a few minutes.
If you're trying to quit drinking or doing too many drugs, listen to me. You don't know me and we'll never meet. I had a problem like you once. I drank and used to party a little too much till it got out of control and almost ruined my life. I realized I needed help to fix my problem before it totally destroyed me. If you've tried to fix your drinking and drug problem and you know you can't do it alone, you need to call the National Treatment Advisors. They'll immerse you into a 30-day program to replace your old habits with new habits and totally change your life. And if you have PPO private health insurance, the entire program may be covered. Fix your problem right now before it gets any worse. Get clean. Call now and learn more. 800-296-1252. 800-296-1252. 800-296-1252. 800-296-1252.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All-American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-570-6630. 800-570-6630. That's 800-570-6630. Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395.
Hey, and here we are back on this crazy station they call Spoonie. I say this every time. I still can't believe somebody gave me a microphone. Man, we're actually doing extremely well. It's crazy. You know, we're on iTunes now. We're on iHeartRadio, Spreaker, iTunes. So you can dial us up on iTunes, which is fantastic. I was really enjoying that. So we're back with Brandon Hurtado, but not kidding, really, Hurtado, and with Hurtado Barbecue, and we're just getting into all their changes and what they're doing now. It's really been, and just moved kind of fast for you, really.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, you know why? Because you worked it, baby. You worked it.
0 to 100.
Worked it like a fine Swiss watch, man. Okay,
Yep.
So you got that big smoker and you started your pop-ups.
Yeah.
And so you've done, how many pop-ups? You said 30-something?
Yeah, like 33, 34.
Okay, so I did the article. I did an article on you. I did a blog for you on your new location. I forgot.
Right.
When you signed that, March?
We signed it like in April.
If you go to treyschowdown.com and go and just there's a bunch of big buttons when you first log in. You can go to the blogs and go in and you can read the blog on the Hurtado Barbecue. It's a great article. It's had a lot of reshares too.
Awesome.
Yeah. Anyway, so that was, what'd you say?
Like April.
April.
Yeah.
I thought it was March, April. Okay.
Yeah.
So Brandon took a big step. He signed. He went from. So how long was it? Let me back up a minute. How long was it that you went from, for anybody who wants to start their own business, barbecue or whatever you do in restaurants, how long did it take you to go from the first pop-up to signing for your your own freestanding brick and mortar?
Like 7-8 months.
7-8 months, yeah.
Yeah,
that's quick.
Yeah, we should have.
Bam!
Yeah. I mean, I'm not the kind of person that just
Sits
is going to
around.
sit idly by and watch things go on. Like, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to give it 100%. So that's what we've been doing. I mean, we work, 35 hours on the weekends, just being open 1 or 2 days a weekend, you know, and it's a lot. So that and working my agency full time. You know,
where's your agency? Where is that?
it's literally like half a mile, maybe a quarter of a mile from the restaurant.
That's good. That's good.
It's walking distance.
Hey, you're keeping that business. Hey, right here.
Yeah.
Grabbing distance, man.
Yeah.
You're like watching them apples in that bushel, aren't you?
Exactly. Yeah. So I can look out my window with my binoculars and see the smoker, you know.
Let's make sure it smokes.
Hey, that one don't look right. You need to put a little more rub on it.
A little too much smoke.
Yeah. That smoke don't look right. Open the firebox.
That's funny. Okay, so you signed your new building. It looks phenomenal. So tell us about what went through your mind, the process.
Yeah.
Are you the kind of guy that just wham sign the lease, or did you think about it? Did you think about it for a little bit?
Well, they actually approached us last year. Ryan Dodson from Dodson Companies, and that's the development company
right there in downtown Arlington. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So they're developing this little place called Urban Union. I say little. It's legal draft brewing.
It's badass.
I mean, there's a lot of
place.
They have an axe throwing company there now.
Yeah.
So he approached us last year, and timing just wasn't right. I felt like we didn't have enough experience under our belt to really do it, and
which was good.
Yeah, and so I was like, well, let's pump the brakes and do some more events, get some more visibility, build our brand, and we did that. And then we revisited it this year, and it just everything fell in place. And I feel like God really put this in front of us to be able to do it at this time. And so it wasn't necessarily us. I feel like it was ordained from a higher power that we're gonna be doing this, and we're gonna do it here, and we're going to feed people. And that's something that, I feel really blessed to be able to do what I do every day. So,
you said something that's funny. You got approached. There's nothing. I always like to tell a lot of things my granddad, because my granddad was so successful. Mm-hmm. And, we had so many restaurants and meat companies. He always said, and he believed it before, till he died. And my dad used to tell me all the time, if you're going to make a major decision in your life, whether even a car, whatever, a major financial decision or major change, think about it for 30 to 60 days before you make it.
Yeah.
Think about every time. He said, if you will seriously think about it for 30 to 60 days, you will make changes. You may not give up the idea, but you will make changes. He said, think about it. Sometimes you scrap it all together.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that are married that should think about that too before they get married.
It's very true.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You might need to wait 30 years before you do that.
I don't think the rate's 50% success rate anymore.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Okay, so you signed that new building. How did you know? Because the building looks phenomenal. And isn't the building in our article we did? Didn't I have a picture of your?
I think so.
I think so. Yeah, we had the rendering of it.
Yeah.
So when you went to do the construction on the building, what was your who did it? Was it did the architect do it for you, or was it your ideas?
So the architect, he is working with Ryan, and they kind of came to me and were like, hey, here's some ideas we have. What do you want it to look like? And one of my buddies from Unique Stainless Designs, he helped me come up with like all the ideas. He owns a Taco Casa. He's a franchisee for Taco Casa. So he helped me map everything out. And
kitchens are super important, man.
It really is. And so the kitchen is like half of the restaurant space. But I mean, when you're putting out food and catering and stuff like that, that's really important for us.
Yeah.
So we wanted to look rustic and have this really cool nostalgic look. The biggest thing is the food, and we want the food to be excellent.
Yeah.
So
I don't think we said enough. I want to give a big shout out to Ryan for the urban development down there.
Ryan Dodson.
I want to give shout out. If you want to, he's done a fantastic job down there. That whole area is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
Does they have a website?
Yeah, it's DodsonCompanies.com.
DodsonCompanies.com, and I'm sure it has a link for the urban. It's called the Urban Development, right?
Urban Union.
Urban Union. It is a neat. They have the tiki bar I like down there.
Yeah.
I love that little tiki bar.
It's cool.
Oh man, it was awesome. We had fun in there, and they have all these fiery drinks.
Yeah.
I got this one drink with it's a big shark head.
Yeah.
And they when you order the drink, it's a big glass. It's a painted ceramic shark head. It looks like a real shark,
like a tiki glass.
But it's big.
Yeah.
And they put this little cherry that looks like blood come out of the shark's mouth, and they got this little girl hanging out of the mouth, inside the drink. It's fantastic. They do a great job.
Yeah.
But they've got that. They've got some breweries down there. They've got what's the pizza place coming in down there?
Cane Rosso.
Cane Rosso. I love that place.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be right there with them. But the whole area, the whole development. Arlington needed that. He did a fantastic job.
And the Tipsy Oak is another restaurant.
I love Tipsy Oak. Great burgers.
Kevin has been amazing helping us. Just kind of, he has a restaurateur background, and he's really helped us kind of move along and progress. And anything I need, sharing phone numbers with all the contacts he has. I mean, it helps to have a good network.
I like his building. I like the entertainment areas, and he's got good food.
Yeah,
he's got
amazing.
Great burgers. Yeah. Okay, so you did that. So now I want to talk about a little bit. We had our best barbecue special on ABC, and you brought some sausage over there.
Yeah.
Now you make your own sausage.
Yep.
So tell me the process. I love this. First of all, what gave you the idea to make your own sausage? I know sausage is a big thing now. What gave you the idea to make your own sausage?
So a couple of my buddies that do barbecue, Dane's Craft Barbecue.
Right. I like Dane stuff.
Yeah, him and Bricks Barbecue.
Yeah.
They're both Fort Worth guys, and
Yeah.
they were making sausage one day, and I was like, I want to come watch. I want to make my own, and so we came up with the recipe, and they were kind of showing me how to stuff it, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool. This was fun, and then we started doing it, and once I did it the first time, I was like, I can never buy sausage again. I have to just keep making my own. And I'm like, what did I get myself into, man? It is such a labor of love.
It's labor intensive, isn't it?
It is very intensive. It's crazy. Just having to wash the dishes once you're done it's a lot. There's a lot of moving pieces.
So tell me, how many flavors of sausage have you done now? Can you remember them all?
We've done pork poblano, which is kind of our staple. And then we've done a nacho sausage, which you've had. We've done a barbacoa sausage. Right. We do an all beef, like hot vet sausage. Probably 4 or 5.
Tell her about the nacho sausage, because everybody went crazy for the nacho sausage. So I almost set the stage for you. We did a big 2.5-hour special for ABC barbecue on the Plaza at Victory Plaza in Dallas, and he brought Brandon. And I had 6 different barbecue guys there from all over the North Texas. Yeah, and Brandon bought nacho sausage. Yep. So tell everybody how you create it, and came up with that, and tell me how you did it.
Well, I saw another place down in Houston do Frito pie sausage. Yeah. And I'm like, that looks amazing. Why can't we do that with nachos? We do Tex-Mex barbecue. It just kind of fits together. Yeah. So, we tried it out. We did a couple runs, and it was good, and then started tweaking it here and there. So we literally took our beef and pork grind that we do, and we mixed refried beans and cheddar cheese, salsa, and we mixed in Fritos with it. Right. And literally, like, all the stuff that would go into nachos, and we just stuffed it all into a sausage. I mean, it's insane.
Yeah, everybody loved it out there.
Yeah, it was good. It's real good.
Matter of fact, the boys from Hutchinson liked it, didn't they?
Oh, Hutchins, yeah. They were like, oh, man, this is good. We've never had nothing like this before.
Well, it's a flavor profile. If you could, look, some people call sausages by certain names. Yeah. But you can't taste that in a sausage. It's just a bland.
Sure.
When you can call it a certain name and you can taste the flavor profile in that sausage, then you got a winner.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And it takes a lot of trial and error. You're not going to get it right on the first time,
No, there's no way. So. It's like when they're making, I had the guy, I've had a lot of distillery guys in here, and I was talking to Aaron from Deep Ellum Distillery, and I had Reed, the master distiller here, and they were talking about how long it takes them to make a drink. And it's a science for mixologists. They have to measure stuff out, and it may take them 6, 8, 10 times to figure out a drink. Yeah. So it's the same process. Yep. Okay, so what's your biggest seller, ribs or brisket or barbacoa, what?
I would say our biggest seller is brisket first, and then after that, we go through a lot of quail.
That's right. Your quail's good.
We do smoke quail, and so that flies pretty quick.
Quail just makes me angry.
No pun intended.
Quail makes me angry. Yeah, because there's not enough there, man. I got to eat 100 of them to do anything.
We do a semi-boneless quail too, because I hate having to pick around the bones and everything. So it's semi-boneless, and there's a lot more meat on them than just going somewhere.
I had your quail over there
at Division.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was good. So when you cook a brisket, where do you get your meat from? You do different places or?
No, we go through Cedar River. It's a division of JBS. Okay. And so we've been using them for 3 or 4 months now. And we were using 44 Farms originally, but they kind of pulled back from all the small guys. And, it left us and several other guys in North Texas looking for a new purveyor, new supplier of beef. So we found Cedar River through Colorado Box Beef. Those guys have been awesome, been kind of helping us with all that. And it's an amazing prime brisket. It's really, really good.
So you get a brisket, and of course the briskets are never the same sizes. You get them in. What's your preparation time for your brisket? How do you do it? Do you trim them?
Yeah, so we trim them to spec, usually about a 1/4 inch of fat, across the whole thing, and then we have our own slather that we make with mustard, a little bit of hot sauce.
Is that proprietary?
No. Oh. Yeah, I mean, anybody can do it. It's just, can you do 100 of them and have them all come out the same?
That's the hard part. Yeah.
But we use like a mustard and hot sauce slather, and then we do have our own proprietary rub that we started using, and it's not because we wanted to come out and sell our own seasonings and rubs and stuff like that, which we are going to do.
You need to.
But it's more of a fact of we needed consistency.
Yep.
And so when we have, someone seasoning on this day and then a different guy seasoning on the next day, you want it to taste the same. So we came out. I talked to the guys at Fiesta Rubs down in Bollner's Fiesta in San Antonio, and they're big, man. They're in every Walmart, Kroger, every grocery store you go to, and they were like, "Hey, if you want to put together a proprietary blend, we can do that." So we have a beef blend and we have a pork blend, and I just buy like 200 pounds at a time, and that way we have consistency in everything that we make.
It's got to be consistent.
Yeah.
You might ask Ray Crocker about that.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we're not going to be the McDonald's of barbecue, but we can, as long as I can cook a brisket and have it come consistently, that's all that matters.
So and I have watched 100 different pit masters, barbecue guys cook briskets.
Yeah.
Everybody says it's easy. To me, it's not that easy, but everybody says it's easy. It's just their technique.
Mm-hmm.
Why do some of them, why do you think, I know that the fat rendering on top is important. Why do some people trim and some people don't trim?
Well, I think,
in your opinion,
in my opinion, the people that are more aggressive in their trimming, they want the smoke to penetrate more and get more smoke flavor. It depends on what you're cooking on too, a lot of the time. But there's some people that are traditionalists and they don't trim hardly at all, and then they scrape a lot of that fat off. And if you go to like a Dickey's or you go to these other places that have been around for a long time, that's what you're gonna get.
Dickey's.
I'm not.
Is that barbecue?
It's something.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
But there's a lot of places even in Arlington that have been around for a long time, and that's their process. They'll cook it and they'll season it and they scrape all the fat off and then they cut it up for you, and that's great for some people. That's what they're used to, but we're trying to do something a little different.
I myself, somebody else in my family likes lean.
Mm-hmm.
Likes lean,
and
I'm more of a fatty. I'll eat both, but I kind of like the fatty side, and she likes the lean side, the real lean side.
Yeah.
So generally we have to get both, but they're both very good.
Yeah.
But they do taste differently. It's amazing the taste difference. If you get super fresh, lean and fatty from the same time, the taste difference is pretty phenomenal.
Yeah. And so my girlfriend, she loves getting the lean brisket and not having hardly any fat on there at all. But that's the thing, is not everyone's the same.
No.
And everyone likes something a little different.
Yeah.
And so you have to be able to make everyone happy.
You know what's funny to me? This gets me every time, man. I'll see pictures and go, damn, there's a lot of fat on that brisket.
Yeah.
Bro, that's the way I ordered it, man. You can get either or, whatever you want to get. But some people just still they can't get over but it's just I like that flavor.
Yeah.
It's to me, that flavor and sometimes it coats your mouth, it coats your taste buds. It's a little different, but I like that flavor profile of that fat coming across my I don't know.
Or you got like a good vinegar coleslaw to cut through it, and it's just all about balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how many briskets did it take you to cook to cook your? Well, you started cooking briskets so when you had that first smoker.
Yeah.
Well, how long did it take you to perfect your briskets? Or are you still working on it every day?
I feel like we're working on it every day.
Work in progress. Yeah.
I think anyone can cook a.
Did you take Manny's Cholo brisket cooking class?
I did. Yeah. I took his Cholo cooking class, and it's basically cooking it the same way I do. You just got to do the Cholo dance while you're doing it. So
he's gonna be famous, man.
He is. Yeah.
Okay. So your ribs, where you get your ribs from? Same place?
Yeah. So we get them from Colorado Box Beef. We do a full spare rib. They're hormone free. We were doing the Compart Duroc ribs like maybe 4 or 5 months ago, and then whenever we started using Colorado more, they were like, hey, we have this great product. You need to try it out. It's just as good as the Compart, but it's going to save you on a little bit of cost. And so we started playing around with that. And I actually like it better than those Duroc ribs that we were getting before. Yeah. And I think our spare ribs are phenomenal. They're really, really good.
So tell me why you think people are so shocked. And I get it quite often. So shocked about the cost of a big beef rib.
Everybody wants a beef rib until they order a beef rib.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
They don't realize, well, we have on our menu, everything's priced by the half pound, but you can't cut a dang beef rib in half and cut the bone in half and then just give them a half pound.
Now, I call them Fred Flintstone ribs.
Yeah.
Because, remember Fred, did you ever watch the Flintstones, the big, the rib they set on,
rib.
They turn the damn car over?
Yeah.
Well, that's basically, in all actuality, if you were to put it in perspective, that's how big that rib is.
Yeah.
You know, so
I mean, and we have customers that are like, "Hey, can you weigh it without the bone on?" And I'm like, "I had to pay for the bone, so
Weigh it without
you
the
have,
bone
you
on."
have to pay for the bone too." But
Hey, I want to buy the car.
Yeah.
But don't charge you for the wheels and tires or the interior.
Exactly. Yeah. Can you just take that off and then I'll take it?
But leave it in there.
Yeah.
But don't even pay for it.
Pretty much.
And I'm not making fun of anybody. It's just funny that people don't understand the perspective of what a beef rib is.
Yeah.
It's full of flavor. It's a lot of meat.
Yeah. And beef in general is just expensive right now. If you look
tell
at
me I raise it.
The price of brisket, I mean, it's insane. Look at what it was 10 years ago or even 5 years ago.
I like when people come to me and they don't know I'm a rancher and they say, they don't have cattle. They say, man, boy, I can't believe the price of cattle, price of beef. Really do tell. Why do you think it's cheap? Why do you think it should be cheap?
Yeah.
Farmers and ranchers are the most underpaid people in the world.
Absolutely.
As far as the business goes, not as far as employees go, but as far as business goes, because what happens is with farmers and ranchers, it's been happening for 40, 50 years, you don't keep up with inflation.
Yeah.
And our beef prices, the beef prices or the vegetable prices or the whatever, doesn't keep up with everything else in the world. So we're still, there's a lot of people, it's hard to make money in our business. I mean, you have to have a lot of head or a lot of acres to grow to farm to make money at it. And it's not fair. I think the farmers and ranchers are the backbone. And when I say farmers and ranchers, I mean everything from chicken farmers to people making any kind of produce for doing stuff for vegans, for making cheese. Farmers got a big classification now.
Absolutely.
But they're huge. They're vital to our society. Yeah. And I don't think they're treated right. Just my opinion.
100%. I agree.
So if a beef rib costs it more, you just got to pay it.
Yeah.
It's just, and I don't understand. You know how much it's going to cost for you to order it, don't you?
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's always up there.
Yeah. And the biggest thing is when we get a review or something like, oh, well, the food was amazing, but it was expensive. It's like, well, we have the prices on the menu, so everyone knows what it costs to go to a barbecue place and eat.
Yeah, a craft barbecue place. Yeah. If you want that, go. You can go to Dickie's or someplace. It's not going to be, well, I don't know. Their price may be, pretty much.
It's really not that different. Yeah. I mean, it might be $4 or $5 here and there, but it's not. There's not that big of a difference in the cost.
I don't understand what's in session with people. Why they can't understand how much a craft place, that's hand cut, hand cooked, hand rubbed. What they think they're going to buy. They're not going to McDonald's. Yeah. They're not going with that thing with a big clown on the side of the building. I mean, it's a business. Yeah, and it's a quality product and it's delicious.
Yeah, we have, but I will say this: we have some diehard customers and super fans who come and they're like, you know what? I don't care what it is. I don't care how much it costs. You guys stayed up 16, 18 hours cooking all this food. I will pay whatever it is. Yeah. And those people are there every weekend. We appreciate them, and
it's not like you got a damn Bentley sitting in the parking lot. You're not doing it to get rich. You're doing it because it's a labor of love. Yeah, it's a labor of love
to
for
feed
you.
people. So there's people that'll come up and they'll buy a huge tray and they tip $20-$40 on top of that. Yeah. And, they're taking care of us because we take care of them, and we care about serving people of Arlington amazing food. So.
Well, you see, to recognize what it is. Okay, so back to cooking. Let's say cooking pork ribs. What's the difference between cooking pork ribs versus beef ribs? Tell everybody.
Well, I mean, our beef ribs we cook the night before, and we are letting them rest along with our briskets.
Process.
Yeah, so it's just a different process. And the pork ribs we cook the morning of, and we have we're having to get there at 4 a.m. and get everything
4 hours on the ribs.
No, the pork ribs usually take like 4 hours for us. Yeah. So it's 4, maybe 4.5.
Okay. Beef ribs, how long's cooking time on those?
It can be anywhere from like 8 to 10 hours. It depends.
Get that real tender fall off the bone.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Boy, I had some over there at Cadillac one day. Man, damn, it was good.
I've yet to make it over there, and I really want to go. I'm always cooking or working whenever when they're open, because they're only Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, first Saturday.
I went over there early one morning to talk to Todd, and I got over there. We were like the second person there, but we were talking to Todd, and the guy asking me, he says, Todd, why are you only open 2 days a week? And he said, well, because 1 day a week wouldn't pay the bills.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it was funny. Yeah, but it was accurate.
Yeah,
but they're open 2 days a week, and they're open every third Saturday.
Okay.
So, but the line stretches literally 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks long every time. Yeah,
people know it's good.
Yeah,
you know.
They have all these rules about, if you have more than 2 in your party, have those late in the lobby, we'll order for you. Because they need to keep people moving because they're just so busy all the time.
Especially when it's 105 degrees outside. It's hard to leave people waiting out there.
That's a love when someone wants to stand in line that long. Once just like at Franklin's.
Yeah.
Well, they do at yours too.
Yeah.
I've seen them stay at yours. I've seen big picture long line at yours.
Every Saturday.
Yeah.
We opened last weekend for the first time at our new place, and I didn't know if people were going to show up or not. And
you didn't know if people were going to show up. Quit acting like that, Brandon.
We're at a new spot. People thought that we were still at Division Brewing.
This is Brandon Hurtado trying to be modest.
It's true, and we didn't have a lot of pre-orders last weekend, so I was like, okay, well, I don't know if people are really going to show up or not. And as soon as 10:45, 11 o'clock hits, there's 30, 35 people waiting in line.
Yeah.
Like, man, every weekend it's crazy.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
They love
We're
you.
really blessed.
Yeah. So I saw where Zavala's put a fan up.
Yeah.
Did you see that picture? What did he say?
He said, we're getting fancy.
Yeah, we're getting fancy. Yeah. I thought that was funny. He's a funny dude.
He is.
He looks like he's quiet, but once you start talking to him, he's not quiet.
No, he's not.
No.
Yeah,
He's
Joe's
awesome.
a funny guy.
He's a very funny guy. I loved having him over there too because I got to meet him and
he's got a good crew, man. That's the
Yeah.
biggest thing. You got to have a good
That's
crew.
it, man.
Surround yourself with people that care as much as you do.
Yeah.
And we have an amazing crew. My girlfriend, her sister, she
Yeah.
makes our cupcakes. Mammy.
Wait. What cupcakes?
Oh, you didn't have our cupcakes?
You've been holding out on me.
No, sir.
Cupcakes.
Banana pudding cupcakes.
What?
She has like an Oreo cookie cupcake.
Either my girlfriend didn't tell me because she wanted to take them all, or you're not telling me. Which one is it?
It's probably your girlfriend.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have, it's craft cupcakes essentially, and we have them every weekend. They're really, really good.
So
gotta
she
come
makes
try 'em
all
out.
those.
Mhm.
That's awesome. So you got all the barbecue.
Yep.
So what's your favorite thing to eat? What's your favorite piece of what's your favorite piece of barbecue? Then I want to know what your favorite thing is to eat. What's your favorite? As Brandon, when you're not just hanging around, what's your favorite thing to eat?
I like Mexican food. I love Mexican food.
Yeah, who
you know?
doesn't? Who doesn't?
My dad's Hispanic, and I grew up eating Mexican food. And my favorite thing to eat, I think, by far, is migas. Breakfast. I'm a breakfast guy.
Yeah, I took with the chips.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Chips with eggs and
Yeah.
salsa
Oh
and cheese.
yeah, baby.
All gooey.
Oh yeah.
man.
You ever throw brisket on that?
Oh, that's what we're gonna do.
Is that what you're gonna do? Stop.
We're gonna do that.
Stop.
We're gonna have brunch.
Come on now.
When we open up, we're gonna do brunch with brisket migas.
I'm gonna be there.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
I'm gonna be there.
Every Sunday we'll have brunch.
You can't serve alcohol.
Yeah,
You can't?
we're doing beer and wine.
Oh, you are?
We'll have mimosas and everything.
Moses, that'll be
Yeah,
good.
it'll be good.
Or I guess somebody can always bring a little stash of vodka in their pocket.
Whatever, yeah, they can
Little
do what
flask.
they want. There you
It
go.
might say Trey on it.
There you go. Yeah, put it in a water bottle.
Yeah, but a water bottle. Yeah, can't tell.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you ever? Oh my God! Have you ever? A friend of mine, he's in the bar business, and he posed a post on the other day. He said that he went to sleep, came home. He does a lot of work for a lot of bars on 7th Street and just all over Fort Worth. And I think he goes to Austin too. But he said he had a long night, got home, and he went to bed like 3 or 4 in the morning. He woke up and grabbed a swig of water, but it was vodka.
Oh, man.
God. He put he said he almost threw up.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's why you don't keep bottles of vodka in water bottles around your house.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got all kinds of craft barbecue. What's on your menu? You've got brisket, you've got sausage, you've got pork, you got beef ribs. Beef ribs all the time?
Beef ribs we're just going to do on Saturdays.
Okay, so beef ribs on Saturdays. And you got craft cupcakes.
Quail.
And
then we do, we're going to have barbacoa periodically too.
Yeah,
So beef cheek.
barbacoa, beef cheek.
Yep. So,
Some people have no idea that that's beef cheek.
Yeah.
When you say beef cheek, they're like, what the?
Yeah.
So I just say barbacoa just sounds better.
It sounds better.
People say beef cheek. Well, I'm not going to eat beef cheek. They don't
Yeah.
know. They eat and they're like, what is? Oh, my God, it's delicious.
Like they'll eat tacos de lengua, but if you tell them it's cow tongue, like, oh God,
Yeah.
what is that?
My brother does cow tongue and he loves to cook oxtail.
Yeah.
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 But but barbacoa is so good, boy. It just
It's
drips
amazing.
down your chin. Just delicious.
I hate trimming it, but I love to eat it.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Okay, so barbacoa, and then you make your own tortillas.
Yep. So we have flour tortillas instead of bread. That's just something that's a little bit different,
Yeah.
and I feel like it kind of changes things for us doing the whole Tex-Mex thing. But we have Hatch chili mac and cheese for our sides. Right. We make all that from scratch. We do smoked elotes, so the corn in a cup, and we have our own Serrano coleslaw that we make.
Yeah.
And, we actually went to Benny Keith and told him, we're like, hey, we want something consistent. This is our recipe. And they literally ship us all of our coleslaw. It's not pre-mixed. We mix it, but it's all bagged individually and it's portioned out. So again, it's all about consistency and having all that. So
okay, so somebody wants to find it. HurtadoBarbecue.com?
Yep, HurtadoBBQ.com.
HurtadoBBQ.com.
Yep.
HurtadoBBQ.com in downtown Arlington in the urban Union Development.
Yep.
If you're trying to find me, as always, it's Trey's Chowdown. I tell everybody every week, Trey's Chowdown. And that's Trey with an E, because all the good Treys respect with an E and not an A.
Unless it's a Trey barbecue.
Unless it's a Trey barbecue. Yeah, well, that's quick. You got me on that one. And, of course, Spoonie.com. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Hook me up on Instagram. You need to hook Hurtado up on Instagram, too.
Yep.
And you can see some of the Cholo videos, the Cholo Master Cooking video series.
Manny's Masterclass. And, again, Trey'sChowdown.com. And you can go to my Trey's Chowdown Live link, or you can go to look us up on iTunes now, iHeart, Dash Radio, and of course we are now transported every week. They're different radio stations are now airing our show. Awesome,
which is really neat.
What about Spotify?
Yep, Spotify.
Yeah,
and it's absolutely fantastic. So we're looking forward to next week's show. I don't know who I have. Ron, I don't know who I have. I'll have to look it up. See, you don't know. Anyway, we're looking forward to next week's show, but I want y'all to please tune in and share our shows. And go to our Facebook page and invite your friends. We're really looking forward to meeting new people and seeing new people. It's just we're growing at a rapid pace, and we really enjoy what we do, and we're passionate about it. As always, I believe food is the exploration of the palate. Try something new. You don't know if you might just like it. See y'all next week. Adios.